Here. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a live episode of the Copy Corner with Terry Schilling
and Dan Marzullo.
Oh man, low energy. What's up today? Monday blues, Dan?
Feeling a little out of it today, Terry. What about you?
Oh man, I'm feeling okay. I feel it was a good, relaxing weekend. Had a little bit of normalcy to it, but kind of ready. I feel like my week doesn't start until I talk to my buddy Dan and we do the Copy Corner. So
kicks off our Monday. Heck yeah.
Yeah, man, exactly. But today we are live with another episode, and this is a topic that honestly got Dan and I really brainstorming of a collaboration together because we thought this would be a fun topic, and we have not actually done it until now because I feel like now we formulated more of an opinion, but it's really about, will AI software replace the need for copywriters, for real human being copywriters like myself and Dan? And so we just really want to have a little bit more of a candid conversation on this and just get some of our thoughts. And if anybody's watching live, we do record these live and then we put them on the podcast. If you have any questions on this and want to chime in, we'll put your questions on the stream and we'll try to answer them the best that we can. But Dan, I'll start with you, man. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, Terry, I don't think that, AI is going to totally put us out of business, right? Like no more copywriters. We work with some AI driven clients. And so we kind of have this conversation quite often. And our whole view is it's not going to replace you, but it's just going to make you more efficient and better at your job, right? As a copywriter, if you have some of these tools, it's just going to make you better at your craft. That's kind of the angle and the approach that we've taken. That's what we think. But like we were just kind of talking to Terry, I think that, it could go any way. There's so many different things. Technology is crazy. But what do you think overall?
Yeah. Just to keep, it's interesting because I know there's a lot of softwares out there that will even write articles for you. I came across one like AIwriter.com, and they'll just write an article. You put in your headline and it will give it to you, which is very interesting. I know there's companies out there who if you put in your headline, it will say how well it's going to perform. Like this is going to be one of your best options because it scans the internet and sees results of other landing pages and other type of like maybe formulas that people are using for headlines. So you're right that it will help us become more efficient. Like I could see myself using that tool to see how certain headlines are performing, but to replace actual copywriters, I feel like we still need that human element to sell and to make these connections. There's a lot of studies, Harvard professor says that, we make purchases subconsciously because, and a lot of marketers and copywriters are good at that. And, we relate to storytelling as well. And I don't think robots can really do that because it's just going to get repetitive. What are they going to do? The algorithm is just going to scan a successful story and say that again. Like it's not going to be the same because they don't have this memory. They can't bring up stories from past experiences as a robot, right?
Right.
I think there's still need for copywriters in that sense to talk about an about story, to, write engaging emails, to help you with your brand voice and brand messaging. So I still think there's going to be that need, but, you touched on it. AI will definitely help, some people become more efficient in certain things. Like, and Dan, I know you're more on the content side. Talk about a little bit, like Google rewards pages that have original content and don't sound like a robot. So if AI, you're having them write headlines, I feel like it could be the same thing. Like some companies may have the same exact headline, except one word difference. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good point, Terry. I think, Google definitely rewards original content, and you can, as a person, it doesn't get more any original than that, right? You have your own mind and what you think and how you interpret an article that you write. It's going to be one of a kind unless you're copying somebody else's stuff somewhere. So, with the AI algorithms and the tech behind those, I think it's going to be hard for them to create originality to that same level. I think, at the end of the day, the more you put in the effort and, investing in a real person, you're just going to get that better result with anything. Right.
Yeah. And, I've talked to a few people in SEO, and it's a lot of times it's like, you can have all the technical stuff. You can do the keyword researches. You can have the headline with the keyword phrase, but it has to be like damn good original content at the end of the day. You got to get people interested. And I think we can tell when, a robot is writing it. But, I like the idea of the software that can help you see how maybe your headlines and, the sales copy may convert, because then you can kind of test it. But again, like, copywriters are still going to be needed. Content writers are still going to be needed in that aspect to help businesses grow. I think it's still a valuable skill to have. Even if you're an entrepreneur, business owner, marketer, there's plenty to learn with copywriting. But I would not be too scared that AI software is going to completely wipe us away. Like you talked about, that human emotion is really important to selling. And I think copywriters, they obviously bring that human element to the table.
Exactly. Yeah, I just think, the creative profession in general, right? It's going to be hard to totally replace that because, there's some other professions and tasks that maybe might be able to be totally automated, right? But for what we do, I think it's going to be hard to totally wipe us out.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, it does just feel it could get super repetitive. And maybe as we continue to evolve this, technology and AI software, it might become a little bit different. But I don't know. I still feel like storytelling is the big buzzword in marketing, but like at the end of the day, it's working. And I think with copywriters to do their research and everything that goes into it, I think we're still very well needed. Obviously, we're grateful. Business is pretty good, and people are, engaging with us and talking with us. And I'm just really curious, just to see what everybody else thinks on this. Are they really that worried? I think some companies may take advantage of it, to save some money, to write some articles and see how it goes with them. But I still think there's definitely a need for us.
Yeah, that's a good point too, Terry. Just because you can doesn't always mean you should, right? You're going to get what you pay for.
Yeah. I try to take maybe some other notes here, but I think we touched on it a lot because I know that there is that software that can, go ahead and create landing pages for you and everything. But there's copywriters too. Like, we can edit that copy. We can change the hook around. We can increase conversions by a simple word changes. The algorithm may think this is what can work. This is what should work. Like, you're going to get 20% conversion. So that's good. But what if a copywriter came in and changed things around and now you got 30%? Now you're talking about thousands of dollars potentially that you earn more because you hired a human copywriter, right? I think you obviously can't replace that. If there's a way to make more money that we can help you, I think that's going to be huge too.
Yeah. Well said. You get what you pay for.
Yes, exactly. Oh man. Well, I think that's kind of our verdict, Dan. I don't think it's going to totally replace copywriters anytime soon at all. It just help us become a little bit more efficient in some areas.
Absolutely. So hopefully that eases your fears, guys, if you've been thinking about this lately.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh man. Well, another fun episode, Dan. Again, good way to start the week for everybody. Learn some copywriting tips. Go back and look at a couple past episodes. We got a lot of good stuff on the Copy Corner podcast and in these YouTube videos here, and post them all across the internet. But thank you for everybody listening. We see the engagement going up. We appreciate you. Dan, anything else you want to say?
No, just let us know what else you want to see, guys. If there's anything we can offer our perspective on in future episodes, happy to tackle it.
Absolutely. Yes. Please leave your comments and questions and any topic ideas for sure. But all right, everybody, that's another episode of the Copy Corner. Thank you for listening and watching. As always, love what you do, proceed with passion, and we will see you on the next episode. Cheers.